to build on, but all phases contribute a little bit. You know, the punt early got us a safety. Clean up our field goal team was disappointing. Gave a couple big plays, but defense so much better, tackle better, 2 pick sixes. Somebody said first time since '66 we've done that. So 2013 game without those plays. Offense left some points on the board. Lego was steady, no turnovers, got to make some plays. You know, line was tight end group, line blocked good, but we can do some third downs better. Left a few points on the board. But it was a good team win.
I know you probably want to see some film first, but just kind of your thoughts on Lego and his first start, and you know, what do you like, maybe what you need to see more from him?
Yeah, I mean, he's been pretty calm. We tried to work hard on what he liked. We have 51 rushes, so we didn't have to, you know, expose him. Didn't get hit a lot, which was good. He didn't make a lot of judgments like, why did you go there? You know, it's like, okay, you know, you didn't see him throwing in the
16 points from the defense.
Yeah, the one was a penalty. I mean, it was good. I mean, it's good. It's like I say, it's probably one of the few times you said it's a pretty good team win. This game had my attention a lot. I mean, just first game on the road. You got new defensive coaches, so you're gonna have some glitches, and really, we've been practicing good, but okay, now it's for real. And when you mess up, it's not everybody. You know, you feel things differently. And Richard, how are you going to play? And you know, long travel. Everybody made a big deal about the heat. Thought we handled it well. You know, that we had a bunch of. I don't think we had one guy cramp up. We had one guy go out, except for the unfortunate injury to Jordan Fuchs, his injury is significant, although I don't think it appears to be. It's a dislocation. Might need a surgery to an ankle. That might take a lot of, you know, some time, but potentially could get back this season. But he's got a redshirt year, and I think looked a little bit worse than. Hopefully, I don't want to, you know, but the doctors were good. But other than that injury, we're very, very healthy. Handled the heat well. Handled the close game well, handled the new quarterback, handled the new defense on the road. That was nice. And I don't think we played good. And that's not, I thought Florida National was going to play us good. I saw a lot of things we could do better. I think Coach Allen said, nice start defense and not close to what he wants. I think offensive line and things we did good, not close to what we need for Ball State, Wake, and our conference. So a good start. And this game had our attention. I'm glad we finished strong. 22 points in the fourth quarter. 22-0. That was a good finish.
Speaking of that finish, you had to be somewhat concerned about the humidity here. I know it's hot in Bloomington, but humidity's here. It's just a different beast. I mean, how worried were you about the fourth quarter and how much you would have left?
I thought in the first half all the plays we done, the way they were tapping out, the game was over then. If we came out in the third quarter and didn't let them off the hook, they were going to wear it down. I thought we played a lot of numbers, played a lot of guys on defense. Our goal coming into it, I don't know what he did, but we were trying to keep our best defensive player, Marcus Oliver, under 35 plays. Because we were going to play Chris Covington, and we were going to play Damian Willis. And we did the same thing at running back. We had 7 running backs carry the ball, a lot of receivers. And so we were going to play a lot of guys. It's been really, the other day we practiced, it was hotter than, Coach Turner said something about I brought the cold weather with me. It was cooler than he wanted. But again, our kids handled the heat real well. Coach Caden, our strength coach, has been awesome. We went out, practiced in it. We were ready for it. It was good to see. Because it's going to be humid next week. It's going to be about 86 at kickoff at Ball State next week. And on that turf, it's going to feel about 95 next week. So it's not going away for a while.
With Fuchs being out for a little bit, does that make you push Brandon Knight over to tight end a little more?
We did a little bit of that tonight. Yeah. And, of course, you still got Ian Thomas, who's doing well, but coming off an ankle injury, missed a little bit of time. Austin Doris, you know, is back in the mix as well. But when you put Brandon Knight in there, you basically have 6'0" linemen, and Danny Franway's 270. So when we were in a big personnel, you're almost playing with 7 offensive linemen. And I thought that was good.
Fourth straight 100-yard game for him going back to last year. Just how pleased with you with this performance?
You know, good, and at the same time, I didn't expect him to have that much. I thought Dylan would play enough guys. I think we get in the numbers of what guys get. I was looking at more yards per carry and rushing total and touchdowns and turnovers more than what one guy got. So that's a credit to Divine and Coach McCullough. We're not trying to get him a personal big year because there's, like we've been saying, these 6, 7, 8 guys are going to carry the rock.
You talk about Richard, I guess, how important was it for him to just kind of be able to manage this game at some level? We talk about not making bad throws, but maybe that timeout he calls kind of late in the game that lets you reset and get something and you like, just not being, I guess, overwhelmed by the moment.
Really good, I think. Fortunately on the road, but where the crowd wasn't, like Xander's first test ever, was in competition was against Michigan State, and then a few weeks later he's at Michigan and Ohio State, and it was right on him real fast. I think for Xander to be on the road, where it's not as clean as home, but still wasn't overly stressful. So I don't think he played with a lot of stress today with communication, because some of those things wear on you. You don't throw as well. So it's good to be on the road. It's probably fortunate for him that we played in a stadium that wasn't as demanding as he's going, because the next time he's on the road, we'll be in a C-bus and it'll be rocking and rolling. So it was great for him to handle. I didn't schedule it that way, Mr. Glass did, but it worked out well. And it was good to be on the road and where he had stress, but I think he could manage it. And that was fortunate for him. He did well.
Coach, the offense seemed out of sync until late in the game. Was there anything that caused that, or was it just that?
Well, I think first of all, Florida National did really well and came out some things, quite honestly. Coach Cooper's here last year, but in their perimeter and structure, they were a little bit different. And sometimes we went uphill or went into some numbers, and took us a little while to settle down. So I think one, a credit to them. They've always been a really good bend but not break defense. And I say, if you look at the red zone performance last year, they were top 10, 11, 15 in the country. So they've always you might get some yards but don't get some points. We went from the 20 to 20 or 30 to 30 okay, but we didn't have a lot to show for it. That's kind of how they play. And we'll have to work on that, because our third down conversions and score zone conversions always, and taking care of the ball and quarterback, that's the difference between a lot of points or leaving the offense on the field and not scoring.
Marcelino Ball gets a start, true freshman. Looked to be pretty active. I know you're more focused on the offensive side, but just your thoughts on his first game and how pleased you guys with it throughout fall camp.
Second play, he had a big bust, wasn't where he's supposed to be on a new formation. They ran an option. The next play, they ran a bubble play, and he smoked the blocker and blew up the run receiver. So it was a good comeback, because he was dead wrong on their second play. They went for 20, 30 yards. He's something he hadn't seen, got caught in. You expect him to be everybody. He's a 17-year-old guy, so whatever. But he's strong, he's talented. He's got the look of a ball player. He's a great kid, and proud of the way he started.
This kind of defensive performance.
Two more questions,
First game, is that full endorsement of that change? I mean, to have this kind of defensive performance in Tom Allen's first game.
The thought of that?
Yeah.
Well, they've played really good against us. So I'm starting to wonder, is offense any good? Or because you're playing against yourself? Or can you take what you do in practice to the game field? I think it's a correct, because all we've been talking for a week is you've got a lot of evidence, believe yourself. I think offensively we're going that way through a couple years. They believe defensively. I know it's just practice, but man, we're really competing in practice. We're trying hard. We think we've got a fair offense, and defense has been playing well. So for them to take that over was huge. Again, it's a credit to Tom. His meetings the last few days and his walkthroughs have been extremely assertive. What I'm used to in offense, and it's very crisp and very assertive. And here's what we're doing, and it's very exact. And I think that gives his kids a lot of confidence. Great start for those guys. A lot of work to do.
Is there anything further to add on the suspensions?
No, I mean, again, is what it is. Nothing new, and disappointed, but have known for a while. And again, it just goes, our deal is there's certain, we had a couple guys that we dismissed from the team back in the summer. I mean, a year ago I had a kid, didn't go to class, I didn't dress suspended, didn't go public with it. But, from the season, there's just so much time. And our guys know we educate them on it. There's expectations and standards. You don't follow through it, it's disappointing. But at the same time, don't matter who it is, who you are, we state our standards. And it's nice that the next guy steps up and we go play some winning football. So that's good for our team.